Okay, good morning. So now we are going to start some of these sweet potatoes. So I'm going to just take a little, I'm going to put water in here, fill up this little jar like all the way up. And we want this to be good, clean, fresh water. I put water in here yesterday, so this is good water. I'll change this water about every 2 or 3 days. So here's our potato here. I'm going to slip this one out. And you can see the massive roots on here. Let's look at this one in the pot still real quick first. So it is sprouting roots and has a bunch of starts on top, but it's just a late bloomer and it's taking time to grow. So if we look here, you can see where the water line was here, so I had a lot of water in there. So these sprouts here were sprouting underwater, and so we're going to pick those off, not because they were underwater, just because we want them to root. But it's okay because they will grow underwater. Sweet potatoes are cool that way. So these two, I'm just going to stick them in here, just like that, and this is just another way to root them. And I'm just showing you this because this is a technique that a lot of people do to root their sweet potatoes. So here, I just pulled this one off. Look how fun this is. This little plant has a massive root system already. So this one just needs to go directly into a paper pot. I don't even have one here. I'll have to go make one over in a minute. But so here's another start here, so it can go in. Here's a start. Oh, that was 2 starts, so they can go in. There's one. So I'm just going to pick these off. And once they sprout roots in this water, then we can get them to go. Now this little tiny one here, that's too little. I don't pick them off at that size. They need to be a couple inches long before I will pick them off. So this is it. You just pick them off and you poke them down in the water. Now if they're falling up and out, they're not going to root. They need to be submerged in the water. So you need to watch these every day. And if one of them looks wilty, the root probably came up out. Not the root, but the bottom of the stem. So they need to be submerged. Okay, I'm going to leave these on there. They're pretty small still. So that's looking good. So I'm just going to place this back inside here. And sometimes people will put the blunt end down because sometimes a lot of your sprouts will come here and they'll go that way. And then when you pick them off, they're already rooted. But there's different ways to do it, and some people will tell you it's wrong to do it a certain way, but as long as you're growing beautiful food, I don't think it's wrong. So that's how we start them, just like that. Now I'm just going to set this where it's warm, because sweet potatoes like to be warm, and those will start sprouting roots. It'll probably take a couple of weeks, and then we will transplant these into paper pots. So this is another method of starting roots on sweet potato starts. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a paper pot and we will transplant this one right here. Alright, so I'm just going to put a little bit of dirt on the bottom. I'm going to put my roots down in there. And I'm going to hold this at the level that I want it. And we'll fill it in with our compost. The worms have been in this compost, so I call it a vermicompost or just a compost, because I put worms in all my compost as it finishes. So there we go. Now I'll give this a good drink of water. In fact, we could do that right now. Quite a bit of water is coming out the bottom, which is a good thing. We'll let that drain. And thank you for watching. Hopefully this has helped you to see how to grow wonderful sweet potatoes.